أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Now with the main headlines. Grand Ayatollah Shirazi says that denying essentials of religion without knowledge is not apostasy. Predominantly Shia populated village in Bangladesh becomes symbol of unity and coexistence. Montreal, California student organizations host events to propagate true Islamic path of Ahlul Bayt alayhum salam. Kazakhstan imposes ban on hijab in educational institutions, causing public resentment. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, dear viewers. This is Yunus Dawood and you're watching Shia Waves live from Imam Hussein TV 3 London. The daily scholarly meetings of Grand Ayatollah Sayyid Sadiq al-Hussein al-Shirazi was held on Sunday, the 6th of Rabi' al-Akhir, 1445 after Hijrah. In this session, like the previous meetings, the Supreme Marji' answered the questions of the attendees about various jurisprudence issues. Grand Ayatollah Shirazi answered a question about those who do not accept some religious issues or express doubts about some of them, or in some cases make fun of some religious matters, and said if these people accept the testimony of Allah and the Prophet, the Shahadatain, and do not deny the essentials of religion, they are not considered apostates. His Eminence also discussed the ruling of the Sunni being Muslims even though they deny the imamate of the holy Imams alayhum salam. He said there is a debate here that if someone is a Shia and then denies the imamate of the holy Imams alayhum salam, he or she is applied the ruling of an unbeliever or kafir according to some jurists, because in Shi'ism it is necessary to accept the imamah of the holy Imams alayhum salam. He went on to say, but if someone was not a Shia and denied the imamah of the holy Imams alayhum salam, then he or she is not considered an unbeliever and is applied the ruling of a Muslim but not considered a mu'min. Grand Ayatollah also Shirazi emphasized the condition of awareness to label someone as apostate when denying the necessities of religion, and said many of those who deny that some tenets have no knowledge about them and they so are not considered apostates. Let's watch the statements of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi together.
این نماز میخونه روزه میگیره اینا آها اگه بازیه بلا اشکال درست نیست نه، اما اگه راستی بازی نیست نماز میخونه روزه غالبا هم فقها قبول کردن این فرمایش. وقتی من بگم خدایی که مثل ما این نمازه یعنی فکر می‌کنم همون بازی حساب چون منکر ضروری اسلام که هست. بله فقط در منکر ضروری التفات به ضروری بودن جماعتی گفتن شرطه، اگه ملتفت نیست ملتفت نیست. این تو حاشیه های عروه داره. نه توحید یعنی خدا یکیه، اون از اصول دینه. اینا صفات خداست. درست میگید، اما در عین حال اینا همینجور که صاحب عروه فرموده از ادله استفاده نمیشه که اینا مرتد باشن.
A news report conducted by the Awaz Voice online news website said that a village in Bangladesh with a majority of Shias has become a symbol of harmony and peaceful coexistence with followers of other religions. The village of Naya Basti, which means the new village, is located in the eastern part of the Indian subcontinent. It is home to a majority of Shia followers of Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam, as well as minorities of Christians, Hindus and Sikhs. The residents of Naya Basti have lived together in peace and harmony for 4 decades. They jointly commemorate the rituals of Imam Hussein alayhi salam, the grandson of the Prophet Muhammad salawatullahi wa salamuhu alayhi. During the months of Muharram and Safar, the report also stated that the villagers rely on farming in addition to small shops and stalls where they sell various goods to tourists and visitors, in addition to providing meals that the villagers are creative in making, which are distributed free of charge during the Shia religious ceremonies. The cities of Montreal and California hosted prominent Shia events in the past few days, organized by the TMA and the ABSA student organizations, which include a number of university students from the followers of Ahlul Bayt alayhim as-salam. These Shia events aim at introducing the true path of the Holy Prophet and his pure family, salawatullah wa salamu alayh. The student organizations released a statement on their official websites saying that McGill University in Canada witnessed the holding of a special conference titled Shias and the World Today, Theology, History and Modern Era, which lasted for 3 consecutive days. The conference was attended by specialized professors in Shia religious and historical studies, including researchers from Harvard University who discussed providing a coherent understanding of the followers of the Ahlul Bayt alayhim as-salam, its theological foundations, historical development and importance in the modern era. In California, during the same period, the ABSA 23 Leadership Summit was held by the Ahlul Bayt Student Association, the ABSA, in collaboration with the TMA and Concordia organizations, with active participation from Shia students, researchers and academics alike. During the summit, discussions were held on the importance of unity among Shia student organizations in North America, as well as how to empower them to become a national and international voice for the Shia Muslims. The participants also engaged in discussions on the importance of strengthening the Shia identity, creating more Shia spaces on campus, and fostering more collaboration between different cooperative bodies across North America, expecting further cooperative efforts in next year's summit. Let us remind our respective views of today's headlines. Grand Ayatollah Shirazi says that denying essentials of religion without knowledge is not apostasy. Predominantly Shia populated village in Bangladesh becomes symbol of unity and coexistence. Montreal, California student organizations host events to propagate true Islamic path of Ahlul Bayt. Also tonight, Romania-based Az-Zahra Cultural and Social Center sets future goals to serve Shia generations. The recent Kazakh government's ban on wearing the hijab in educational institutions has sparked public resentment in the country. According to official figures, nearly 70% of Kazakhstan population is Muslim, while supporters of the ban stress that Kazakhstan is a secular state. Kazakhstan Minister of Education Jani Bakbasimbiyev confirmed that the Anatru region alone, 150 girls have dropped out of school since the beginning of September due to the ban. And in the Turkestan region, Kazakhstan President Kassam-Jomart Tokayev also commented on the issue at the National Teachers Conference in the capital Astana, saying that religious freedom is guaranteed by our law in the country, adding that Kazakhstan was and will remain a secular state. However, opponents say that such restrictions violate the principles of freedom of coexistence and conscience. Togen Kogalai, a member of the Social Council who said that the ban is illegal and the hijab is actually a head covering worn by girls in Kazakhstan since puberty, that is a form of a certain age. Kogali also added that the law enshrines the right to wear clothing, and the ban that has been enacted is an intended to obstacle in the exercise of this right. The Spiritual Administration of Muslims of Kazakhstan has proposed a solution that would require girls who wish to wear the hijab to be educated in a school or Islamic educational institution. And now continue with some short news. A government primary school principal in Lucknow, capital city of Uttar Pradesh, India, has been suspended for allowing a group of students to offer namaz on the school campus, Muslim Mirror reported. Yesterday, the principal was suspended on Saturday, October the 21st, and the incident happened on Friday. Offering namaz on school premises is against the departmental guidelines, as district-level education officer said. The action was taken after a video perpetually showing a group of students offering namaz on the school campus went viral on social media. It should be mentioned that freedom to religious practice is a fundamental right in all human societies, but the nationalist government of India has placed unreasonable restrictions on Muslim acts of worship. The Iraq Intelligence Service Agency anti-terrorism units in Nainawa have arrested 7 terrorist members belonging to ISIS terrorist organizations who are involved in serious crimes against innocent civilians in the province. The agency said in a statement received by Shia Waves agency that its anti-terrorism units have arrested 7 terrorists belonging to what is known as the Army Department of the Furqan Brigade, the Asira Army, the Falcons Brigade, the Artillery Battalion, and the Real Estate Department of ISIS. It added that the terrorist members were arrested in a tight ambush after obtaining accurate information about their whereabouts, explaining that the criminals are wanted by the judiciary in accordance with the provisions of Article 4 of the Anti-Terrorism Law. It stated that the defendants confessed openly to their affiliations with the ISIS gangs, explaining that they were receiving financial support in return for their affiliation with the criminal gangs. Right now is the Maghrib time adhan for London. See you after the break, inshallah.
إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما سبحان الله والحمد لله ولا إله إلا الله والله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر من أن يوصف جل جلالك أنت غفار ترحم الراحمين أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم أشهد أن عليًا ولي الله زاد الله بشرفك يا أمير المؤمنين أشهد أن أمير المؤمنين عليًا وأولاده المعصومين بالحق حجج الله صلوات الله عليهم أجمعين حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح حي على خير العمل حي على خير العمل الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله.
Welcome back, and now we continue with the short news. The United Nations warned on Sunday of severe flooding and destructive winds in Yemen as the effects of Cyclone Thais began to be felt. The UN Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, said that the cyclone is affecting the Socotra archipelago with strong winds and rain and is on track to develop into a severe tropical cyclone with the potential impacts on the eastern Yemeni governorate of Mahara and the border with Oman. The FAO said that the destructive winds, severe storms and heavy flooding are likely to occur as the cyclone approaches the coast of Yemen. The UN organizations urged humanitarian managers and decision makers to take the cyclone into account in their plans and to monitor the situation. Zimbabwe has been struggling to contain spread of the cholera outbreak, with the government announcing measures including restrictions on funeral attendance, shaking hands or serving food at the gatherings, as well as frequenting open-air markets. Cholera cases span all 10 of Zimbabwe's provinces, with the most alarming spikes in the southeastern provinces of Masvingo and Manicaland. The epicenter of the crisis, cholera outbreak, has killed more than 100 people and infected 5,000 since February, according to government estimates. Cholera is a waterborne disease caused by ingesting contaminated food or water, often spreading quickly in areas with poor sanitation, infrastructure, and limited clean water. Hundreds of Uyghur inmates at the Keria prison in the far western Chinese region of Xinjiang are forced to work 12 to 14 hours a day in a vast field, Radio Free Asia reported. Many inmates also work in factories located inside and outside the prison walls, producing cement, shoes, gloves, and tea. A prison guard told the RFA Uyghur that they want to make the prisoners undergo ideological transformation through labor in these big fields. Said that the prison employee, most Uyghurs detained in Xinjiang in recent years have never been formally charged with any crime or tried by the government, starting in 2017 and 2018. Chinese authorities in the Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region detained an estimate of 1.8 million Uyghurs and other Muslim minorities in re-education camps, where they were subjected to forced labor in factories producing textiles, wigs, tomatoes, and solar panels for export. The administration of Al-Zahra Cultural and Social Center in the Romanian capital, Bucharest, confirmed on Saturday that they have set future goals to serve Shia generations of children and youth while announcing the continuity of their cultural events and festivals aimed at spreading authentic Islamic culture through literature and art. In a new detailed statement followed by Shia Waves agency, the center's officials said that the center was founded for spreading Islamic culture, strengthening social relations among members of the Muslim community in Romania, and raising awareness of the young generations about the sciences of their religion and its great teachings. They added that one of the main objectives is to introduce the Romanian society to the tolerance of the Islamic religion and spread its teachings that call for peace and security. Through cultural participation, conferences and dialogues that take place inside and outside the center, they explained that the center witnesses throughout the year celebrations and cultural and religious activities to commemorate the occasions of Ahlul Bayt alayhum as-salam, and to introduce their true principles which represent the true extension of the original Islamic religion of the Holy Prophet. They pointed out that there are important future goals that we are keen on, with the aim of making this center a safe haven for our children and grandchildren, to be active members in the Romanian society, and to strive to complete their parents' journey in serving Ahlul Bayt alayhum as-salam. Iraq's Prime Minister's advisors for transportation, Nasser Saleh al-Asadi, called on Saturday on the local government of the holy city of Karbala to review the project of the Holy Karbala Vision for the Holy Arba'in launched by Misbah al-Hussein Foundation for Relief and Development, and to include this review in the governmental projects. Al-Asadi said in a statement to Shia Waves agency that the holy city of Karbala is the city of Imam Hussein and his brother Abul Fadl Abbas alayhum as-salam, and we always wish the best for it, as it is a destination for pilgrims from all over the world. Attending Misbah al-Hussein Foundation's regular sessions, Al-Asadi said, "I was surprised when I attended the project of the Holy Karbala Vision 2030, 50 million pilgrims in Arba'in, by the presence of the prominent experts in the field of transportation and other important fields, stressing the need to utilize these strategies and expertise in the right ways." Al-Asadi also asked the experts and members of the Development Project Committee to be part of the local councils that make the official transport policies, as they carry this extensive experience and great knowledge on the reality of transport in the city, and they possess valuable information that serves advisors and companies working in the transportation sector. For his part, the director of Misbah al-Hussein Foundation, Abdul Sahib al-Kishwan, said the foundation held its new session to discuss the issue of transportation due to its importance during the commemoration of the Arba'in of Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam. The United Nations has warned in a new report that if climate change is not taken seriously, it will significantly increase women's vulnerability to poverty and hunger, undermining hard non-development gains. The report said that globally, by mid-century, under a worst-case climate scenario, climate change may push up to 158.3 million more women and girls into poverty, 60 million more than the total number of men and boys. It added that food insecurity is projected to increase by as much as 236 million more women and girls compared to 131 million more men and boys. Investments, a comprehensive SDG Sustainable Development Goals stimulus package would help to mitigate this effect, reducing the number of women falling into extreme poverty from 158.3 million to 43.3 million. But the impact will still be less than what would be achieved if the world abates climate change now. before it gets exponentially worse. The report explained that multi-sectoral plans and efforts to respond to climate change must prioritize women and girls at risk. A lot more is also needed in the areas of conservation, disaster preparedness, adaptation and resilience, including expanding women's access to quality health, education, economic opportunities and information. The report noted, we have reached the end of today's Shia Waves show. Let's remind our day viewers of today's headlines. Grand Ayatollah Shirazi says denying essentials of religion without knowledge is not apostasy. Predominantly Shia populated village in Bangladesh becomes symbol of unity and coexistence. Montreal, California student organizations host events to propagate true Islamic path of Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam. Kazakhstan imposes ban on hijab in educational institutions and causing public resentment. Romania-based Al Zahra Cultural and Social Center sets future goals to serve Shia generations. Iraq's PM's advisor for transportation commends Misbah al-Hussein's project, Holy Karbala Vision. Climate change may force 158.3 million more women and girls into poverty, new United Nations report says. You can view the latest news on Shia Waves' website, and you can send news of your city or country to be published on our news agency. Contact us on the numbers at the bottom of the screen. This is the end of today's news. Thank you for watching, and we pray to Allah the Almighty to hasten the reappearance of the Most of our time. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
بسم الله